Welcome to another tutorial video. Today I'll be teaching you how to make the double crochet. If you haven't seen my other videos on the beginner stitches or the basic stitches, you can check my channel for that. So I'll put the link to that in the description below. So let's get started with making our slip knot. I'm using light green yarn, and I'm using my 3mm crochet hook and also a tapestry needle, and I have some stitch markers here with me. So let's get it started. So I've made a slip knot. I'm making 10 chains. So I'll make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're an absolute beginner, you don't know how to make the chains, please check my first video on the basic stitches, the single crochet. I showed how to make the chains there. So this is how your chain should be looking, straight, and the V's should be like this, not scattered. So this is how it should be looking. So since I'm making a double crochet, I'll be doing 2 turning chains. That's 2, 1 and 2. So I won't be working into these 2 turning chains. They are the turning chains, like I said, so I'll skip them. Then I will yarn over this way, not yarn over, pull through, yarn over this way, and then I'll pull my hook into this third one from the hook. I chain 2, so this one is like the 10th one I did. I'll pull it out of that hole, out of the 10th chain. So I have 3 loops on my hook. So I would yarn over this way, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2. I hope we got that. But before we move on to the next chain, working the next chain, I'll just put my stitch marker here so that I know which one is my first double crochet. So this one is the first one, so I'll do the same now. So you yarn over this way, you put your hook into this 9th one, then you pull it out of the 9th. So you have 3 loops on your hook. You pull through 2, you pull through another 2. Hope we got that. Let's do it again. Yarn over, pull it into the next chain, pull it out, pull through 2, pull through another 2. So then after pulling through all those 2, then I'll continue all the way across till I get to my first chain, which is like the 10th if you count it from this side. So continue all the way across, and I'll meet you at the end of the 10th, out of the last one here, the last chain. I'll meet you at the end of the last chain, and then I'll teach you how to move on to the next row, and that's just going to be like the repeat of how to do the double crochet. So now just remaining 1, so I'm going to work the 10th one, yarn over, pull it into the 10th, pull it out, pull through 2, pull through another 2. So now we've gotten to the last part. Then we're going to chain 2, just like we did when we wanted to do our first row. Those 2 chains are our turning stitch. So you turn your work to the left like so. So let's see. Let me show you with this tapestry needle. You're going to be working in the V's, not these 2. You're going to skip these 2, and then you're going to work into this first V, the next V, which is this one, the other V, which is this. So that's how we're going to be working it all the way across till we get to the end. You are now working into this 2, 1 and 2. Please take note of that. Those 2 are our turning chains. So let's continue our work. So let's turn our work now, and then we yarn over, pull it into the V, pull it out, pull through 2 loops, pull through the remaining 2 loops, the same way all the way across. So I'll do this till I get to row 6. This is currently row 2. When you get to the end of row 2, you do the same thing we did when we started row 2. I'll just show you again when I get to the end of row 2 then, so that we can keep that in mind. And after showing you that, I'll just move on to doing the remaining, and I'll meet you at the end of the stitch row. So I'm currently at the first one that we did, the first double crochet we did in the first row. I'm just going to remove the stitch marker, then pull the yarn over, then pull it into that V, pull it out, pull through 2, pull through 2. So this is what we have. This is the end of our second row. So like we started the second row, we're going to chain 2 again, then turn our work. Then you yarn over this way, pull it into this hole here, the V, then pull out of that, pull through 2, pull through another 2. So the same way, yarn over, put it into the V, pull it out, pull through 2, pull through another 2. So I'll meet you at the end of the 6th round. If I'm going too fast, at any part you can put the speed to 0.75 or 0.5, and if it's something that you don't understand, you can drop it in the comment section. If there's any project you would like to see me do the tutorial for on my channel, please drop that also in the comment section and I will look into that. So I'll meet you at the end of the 6th row. So I'm currently finishing up my 6th round, and then I'm gonna chain 1 and cut off my yarn. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I would weave in the thread. So I'll just show you how to weave it in again. So I just put in my thread into my tapestry needle like so, pull it out. So I make sure the 2 strands are pulled out. Then I'll pick one side as the left side. So I usually turn my work like this and pick this as my left side, and then I'll just try to find a straight line to weave in the ends. I love working on straight lines, not diagonally. I love working horizontally, so that makes the work easier for me. So I just love doing that instead. So I'll pull it out. This is making it look skewed, so you just straighten it back, and then we are good to go. So this is how it should be looking. It should be very flat, not wobbly to one side or anything. So this is how our 6 rows of double crochet is currently looking. So I'll see you in the next video where I'll be showing you how to make the treble crochet. So if there are other projects you'd like to see, just let me know and I will look into making the videos for that. See you in the next video.